Yo, welcome back to the Game State Podcast, guys. If you want to fucking catch all of our podcasts, you can catch us on YouTube Monday mornings at 8 a.m. every Monday. And if you want to catch us on Spotify, you can catch us on Spotify every Monday at like noonish. They come out a little bit later on Spotify, but we're on YouTube and Spotify. Today we've got Made 'em Wrecked, one of my normal co-hosts, and TuneablePower, one of my other normal co-hosts. Say hi, guys.
Hey, what's up, dudes? Dudettes.
Hi.
Yo,
What's up?
how you guys doing today?
We're good, man. Again, super busy weekend, just trying to keep up with everything, but, gaming news strikes again.
Yeah, it does. How you doing, Tune?
I'm doing good, man. It's been also a really busy weekend. But we're here, and we're going to talk some gaming.
Hell yeah, we are. My weekend's not been so busy, but I did cut the grass today, so I got that done. But all things aside, it's gaming time. So we got the Xbox Blizzard Activision deal. We got the Diablo 4 news. Big Backlash, a little dev stream, stuff happened there, some hot fixes. We got a Spider-Man trailer for Spider-Man 2. We got Metroid Prime 2 and Zelda titles that are rumored to come out. We're gonna do Play It or Throw Away again.
Woo!
This week, boys, it's gonna be the PS1. We're doing the PlayStation, the original PlayStation. And then, as always, we will have your game deals of the week. So let's get started with this Xbox Blizzard Activision deal. It got extended till October 18th. And this has nothing to do with the FTC anymore. Now it's just them trying to finalize the deal. And it got extended till the 18th. And we have the CMA, who is actually pushing for them to get it done quicker. What do you guys think?
I mean, all things considered, all the drama aside now that it's all, done and out of the way, great news for Microsoft, honestly. Like, you know it's coming. There's no more, it might not happen because of this, and this. Now it's just like a period of time where they finalize their deal.
Yep.
They get things in track, and then we see results. That's really, I think, the most important part, is that we are finally on track to seeing results.
Exactly. What do you think, Tin?
Well, I'm thinking, as soon as you knew it was really done, as soon as Sony signed that contract. when that got signed, you're like, yeah, it's over. The deal's going through.
Sony gave in.
Yeah, they gave in. They were like, you know what? We've lost this. We must sign this. We had to have Call of Duty, is what they're saying. We're going to sign it. Let's get the deal done. Let's work out what we're going to do with these massive IPs we have now, and I'm ready to see what they do with them. I mean, what are they going to do?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to take till October 18th for this deal to get done. I think I could see this deal being done as early as like the first week of August.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, it's one of those things where this definitely goes outside, I guess, like our general lanes of traffic for understanding. So you never know with legalities for like closures and seizures of companies. I have to assume there's a bunch of backlog and, behind the door stuff that has to be handled. But even if it is like end of August, first week of September, you're kind of getting your information, and so just in time for the holiday season, which would be really, peak for Microsoft, because this is really what they need right now. They've needed this for the whole year. They've put so much expose behind it all, and all the information and money that's been spent in it. They could use a little bit of turnover.
Yeah, like I don't think Microsoft is like purposely trying to draw this out. I think they're actually trying to get it done as quickly as possible for those reasons. They want to use Activision Blizzard to maybe go into the holiday season strong. I don't think it's something they're trying to drag out. In that the CMA pushing them is not really the issue. I think they're pushing too. I think they want to, but like you said, there's a lot of logistics and stuff behind the scenes that has to be figured out before you can just buy a company.
For sure. Yeah.
So like that's why the deadline was extended till October, because there's a lot of stuff they're hashing out. They're trying to figure out, what are we going to do with this department? What are we going to do with this? Are we getting rid of this? And you have to put in all that into consideration when you're buying a company, because that,
you have to think.
They got to figure out who they're letting go, because there's going to be employees that are let go. There's no doubt about it.
Well, that'll happen after the acquisition.
Yeah. Well, they got to figure that out still right now. This has to be done like ahead of time.
Yeah, true.
So it could be a nice, smooth, fluid combination of companies.
Yeah. All those people will have their jobs till the deal is finalized, and then you might be terminated.
I would see, most likely as well. Even like you said, like the release of people. I have to believe that Microsoft has a bunch of people they probably have in mind that they want to bring into these companies as well.
Mm-hmm.
That they're going to be like, this guy's got a lot of experience in doing this, and this company here really needs, the upper hand in this department. So let's go ahead and shift them off this team and put them over this team. I can see a lot of transferring around for just trying to make other companies benefit off one another, and that's really what's best for both of these, like Activision and all their IPs, and Microsoft and all their IPs as a whole.
Take your talent and spread it out.
Exactly.
Use it. We use it where it's best utilized, is what Mate was trying to say there, I think.
Yeah. Good enough.
But yeah, the CMA is pushing it to get it done quicker. I don't know why, but they are
tired of it. They just want to get it over with, probably.
They want it to be done and over with. But we did get the extension till October 18th, so there is a small chance this deal might not happen till October 17th, October 16th. It might wait till all the way till October 18th. I don't think it's going to take that long. I think it'll be done by mid-August, September at the latest. But Activision and Blizzard is going to be owned by Microsoft this year, hands down, no doubt. Put it in the books. That's happening. But other news, we got to get on to Diablo, guys. Diablo 4 had a patch 1.1 that released, and oh my god, did they nerf everything. They nerfed the entire fucking community. They nerfed themselves. Wow. we had a 40% nerf to vulnerable damage. We had a 17% nerf to critical strike damage. Like, crazy off the wall nerfs. What do you guys think? Holy shit.
You're forgetting the huge nerf, the 50% nerf to player count.
Yeah, like I saw a comment on a video and it was like, fixed a bug where players were having fun. Fixed a bug.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But holy shit, they nerfed everything. And the Sorcerer is the one that got it the worst.
Oh, man, I feel so bad for the Sorcerer players right now. Oh, my God.
See, the thing is, intelligence, which is their main stat, it's supposed to scale with resistances, which is like their defense, as opposed to armor, which is for most of the other classes. But that it's bugged, and I guess they're not fixing that till season 2. So intelligence is not scaling with resistances. So not only did they nerf everything, including defense, by the way.
Yeah. That's terrible, because again, like, in the sense that you're a Sorcerer player and you've played since beta or since, opening preseason, you've probably gotten, like, used to playing your character a certain style, and then for, the update to come out and get a massive slap on the back in so many ways. And, like, yeah, it applies to all the character classes, but when you have one that specifically is being pushed down extra hard, and it wasn't even, like, the greatest class to begin with, it wasn't like they were, like, top notch, everyone's choosing Sorcerer, like, and then you get slapped again anyway. Oh, I feel bad for anybody that was maining Sorcerers or expecting to going into the season.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to play a Sorcerer season 1. I'd say wait till season 2 when they fix the intelligence scaling with the resistances. At least then you'll have some survivability. But right now, if you're a Sorcerer, you are going to be squishy for one. And you're not going to have resistances like you should. So you're going to be extra squishy. So you don't want to. It sucks. But I also understand a little. Like we watched the campfire chat. You guys watched that, right?
Yeah, I seen it.
So they kind of did what we expected them to do. They kind of told us why they did what they did. And they didn't make excuses. They actually told us why they did it. And it was for a reason. It was like they were trying to push everything down to make everything equal so that whenever they started to buff things, all builds would have a chance. That's kind of how they tried to portray it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that I'm not sure if that was just bullshit or if that was just like a way of defending themselves, but it sounded like a whole hogwash of crap when we've been asking them for more stash space. We've been asking them to fix the memory leak issue. I can't fucking ride on my horse for 2 seconds without the game freezing for 3 seconds. Like, when are we going to fix this stuff, guys?
That's a huge thing, right? Like, especially the memory leak issue. That's like a game-breaking issue. And for them to have gone, basically over a month and a half, maybe 2 months if you consider betas or open betas that have been available. Like, these are things that should have been addressed almost immediately, because if you know your game's going to have that problem and it's going to be a consistent issue, that should be addressed way before nerfs, buffs, anything else. You need to make sure your game is running before people can be able to do anything about the rest.
That's priority number one.
The game running perfectly.
The game running good. You don't address nerfs, buffs, anything like that until the game runs smooth as fucking butter.
Yeah. And to follow up on that, I have so much animosity towards, I guess, the team, and not for negative reasons all the time, but I am definitely leading negative here. You've had a month and a half where you've seen your players player base spike extremely high because of the opening of the beta and having everybody pool in at once. Then the game releases and you have everybody pool at once that pre-purchased, bought it on whim, seen streamers playing it, just seen an overall pretty good review of the game. And then it climbs and climbs and climbs and climbs and climbs. It starts to dip off, and we get towards Season 1. You know it's going to climb again, but I'm still sitting in the opening menu because I have to wait for a game to be available to me for 15 to 25 minutes. Like, that's ridiculous at this point. That should have been addressed so long ago.
Yeah. It's not fair to the player base. Like if you've got, you're gonna have a large player base with a Diablo game, and diehard fans are gonna play it. You're gonna get your hardcore players. You can't release the game in that state and expect people to stay around. And then when you put out a patch like this, not only are you pushing, I would say, I think me and Mate talked about this. Maybe 1% of the fan base is like, well, it's fine. They're the hardcore players. They're going to stick around no matter what.
Yeah.
But 90% of the fan base, like they made this for a casual audience. This isn't like PoE. This isn't like, Last Epoch or whatever. Lost Epic or whatever that game,
whatever it's called. Yeah.
It's not like those games where it's like super in-depth hardcore RPG, ARPG. Diablo is made for a casual audience. And whenever you take something where you gave them these characters and they spent all this time making these characters, and they put all these hours in, hundreds of hours, some people, and they got their character to a build that they like, and then you nerf the fuck out of it, and then their character sucks. You're doing half the damage you were. You can't clear the dungeons you used to be able to clear. It's going to push people away. Like, I've already seen it on Twitter and on Reddit and all over the place. People are uninstalling the game.
Yeah.
They're not even going to play Season 1.
Being what I would consider to be a very hardcore-esque player, like I'm not talking about hardcore mode for anyone who's thinking, but as somebody who has put thousands, if not, well, I would say tens of thousands across the entire series, when you're paying $79.99 for a game and you're being treated as a lab rat to see what works and what doesn't work, that's not good for the longevity of your player base. Not maybe the game, because obviously you want the game to work over a large course of time. But when you're doing such a large amount of testing to make sure things work, don't work, what could be better in the future in your immediate season, these are things that should have been trickled out slower over time. Maybe half a patch this week, half a patch this week. 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week across a month until everything kind of dials into itself. To drop all of it at once and then charge somebody, $80, $90, $130 if you're buying all the extras, like that's messing around with a lot more than just, the casuals. That's the entire player base. That's pissing off every group of people that want to play this game, and then you have bug issues on top of it all. It's too much at once.
That's just not fair to the community, because like you have to understand, like we waited a long time for this game. We expected something great from it, and that's not what we got. We got,
a large slap in the face with a "we'll see you on Friday when we go talk about it." We have much to talk about.
And we were talking about this just literally days before they did that latest campfire chat. Me and Mate called it. We're like, listen, they're not gonna go and undo any of these patch notes. They're gonna defend themselves, and they're gonna. Well, I guess they didn't really talk in much about Malignant Arts, but all they did was defend themselves. And like you say, this is why we did it. We plan to nerf everything into the ground now, and then raise everything up equally later. But later could be like season 6 for all we know.
Yeah.
Do you think they honestly play their own game? Because way I see it, I don't think half of them even play the damn game. Like, because if they did, they would see this stuff.
That, or they play a class that they really like and then don't smash that into the dirt.
I don't feel like they do.
It's a really weird situation, because I know Rod plays it. Yeah. I know. So like he's and I'm pretty sure Joe plays it too. I mean, he's the one developing like everything that happens in the game, so he has to play it.
Yeah, I would imagine so. But I like within certain aspects of that company, I have to assume there's a lot of people that probably don't play it. There's people that are doing like art creation. There are people that are doing, behind the wall type of stuff, animation rigging, stuff like that. Maybe they don't play it, but to be somebody that is in that higher directory role, and that you are like assistant, director to gameplay, or assistant director to, release or whatever, and you're playing the game and you're still giving the okay to these changes before it goes out, you have to question again, like, do they have like this greater scope in mind already? Like, if they've been planning these changes, they should have voiced this well before a couple of days, being like, oh yeah, we're going to address this on Friday because we know that this is a lot of information. And then you get into it on Friday and they're like, yeah, we're sorry guys, we know like it's a huge nerf and we never intended to hurt all you guys and have all these things happen. But
that's pretty much what it was.
But you did it anyway, and you're not going back on it. You're not being like, okay, we recognize how much, negativity is stemmed from the changes, and we're going to go ahead and address these in the upcoming, whatever. It's just like, pay attention to the upcoming hot fixes. Pay attention to the upcoming seasonal releases.
Speaking of hot fixes, we did get some nice hot fixes. They actually capped the capstone dungeons to where you could only do them at level 50 and 70. And they went back on that. Now the caps to do them are 40 and 60. So there's still a cap, but it's
a bit easier.
It's reasonable now, because honestly, if you're doing the capstone dungeon, but like if you're doing the level 50 capstone dungeon at level fucking 28, you're an idiot. You
Well, if you do it at 40, it just makes people where it gives them a little bit more challenge too, so they can have a little bit more fun with it.
Because I mean, when me and Mate did the first capstone dungeon, I think we were like level 42, 43, right?
Yeah, maybe even a little bit less than that, like maybe like 37, 38 as well. But like our builds at that 38. Time were really pushing. Like we had some really good gear ahead of time, so that could have just been circumstantial. But that's going to be a thing. That's the game.
Plus, the game wasn't nerfed so hard at that time. So I think level 40. I think now if you're going to do the capstone dungeon early, I think level 42, 43 is probably going to be where you're going to want to be at if you're going to attempt it. At least for the first one. I couldn't tell you for the level 70 capstone dungeon. I'm not even close to that on season 1. I haven't got that far yet. I'm only level 40. But we're going to move on. They did put in some hot fixes, little adjustments. Nothing crazy though, other than the capstone thing. Not that I can think of.
XP bonuses were provided for higher tiers, so when you get into level 50 to 100, there should be less of a time struggle.
They also kind of nerfed nightmare dungeons. Now, if beforehand you could clear a level 70 or a tier 70 nightmare dungeon, that is now the equivalent of a level or a tier 100 dungeon. So what used to be a tier 100 dungeon that was super, super fucking difficult to clear and you couldn't do it, now they're the equivalent of a level 70. So if you can clear a tier 70, you can now clear a tier 100. So that is also something they did. They nerfed nightmare dungeons, which I feel is just like a direct correlation to nerfing us.
Yeah. I mean, you have to.
And increasing the monster density will also provide more XP, so it'll feel more worthwhile, and it also will make the nightmare dungeons feel maybe a little less void in certain areas, because I found like there would be sections of them where I would get like, to a path, and I would walk, whether it be 8 to like 15 seconds. I know that's not a lot, but if you're walking 8 to 15 seconds down a path and you're not seeing a single monster, it's just like, what the fuck am I even doing here?
Yeah, I'm just walking through a dungeon. They also clarified that nightmare dungeons aren't the true end game. Like, that was not their intention. Mm-hmm. So that's why they're doing this. They have ideas for new content and stuff. Like this season 1, we're getting a new Uber boss at level 80. I can't remember his name. I just fought him last night in the actual story mode. I can't remember his name, but it doesn't matter. So we'll get a new Uber boss. We'll still have Uber Lilith. And, I have faith in Blizzard. I want to have faith in them. They always do a good job with Diablo. And I think as the seasons go on, the game's going to get better and better. And perhaps at some point, the intelligence scaling with the resistances, if they do what they do, it'll be fixed by season 2, and sorcerers will be a thing again. And then the memory leak issue, I'm really hoping they don't just push that to the side forever. Let's get that fixed. And this could be a really fucking good game come maybe season 3 or 4, and we'll see where it goes. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm enjoying season 1. I don't care that the game has, glitches and stuff. I'm having a good time with it.
I'm not going to lie. Season 1 brought me back to playing it because I think it's fun again. Like with the Malignant Hearts, the Necro build is so much better now. Like to play, it's fun again. I'm having fun. I don't give a shit. They nerf whatever. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Play as a Necro. Have fun.
That's why Diablo is a season. Like when they started doing seasons with Diablo 3, that's
throwing a new mechanic, make sure that it's fun.
It spikes your player base every 3 months.
Yeah.
You'll get a nice spike of players, and then it'll dwindle down, and then all of a sudden, new season comes out, spike. And it dwindles down, new season comes out, spike. And you just keep adding new content, new stuff. But the thing with Diablo 4 is they need to fix like a couple main issues with like stash space, like fucking getting those. And I think the gem thing is going to be a material thing come season 2. I think they already said that. Stash space, don't clog up our inventory with bullshit. Come season 2, Malignant Hearts are going to be gone, so we won't have those anymore.
Yeah.
So like, and then you got to fix that memory. Like, I like every time I get on my horse and I start riding for 2 seconds, all of a sudden my game freezes for 3 seconds, and then I'll ride for 2 seconds. It'll freeze again for a second. and then I'm riding again. Like, fix that shit.
And
See, I'm not having that problem. I'm having a problem where my guy just freezes up, period. And I can just spin around in circles and I can't move.
yeah,
And then it releases me. And I'm
the
like,
rubber banding problems. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, what in the world?
I've had a really weird one. I have had like a graphical issue where I go and talk to an NPC, and then the screen just goes black, and then it comes back on, and I'm just talking to the NPC as normal. I'm just like, okay, well.
Yep, I've had that. I had that a couple times last night.
Didn't know this game had a day and night cycle.
Yeah, it's crazy. But we've been talking about Diablo for a hot minute now, so we're gonna move on. This is gonna be a topic that Mate is gonna know more than us about. There was a new Spider-Man 2 trailer. They revealed Venom, and when they revealed Venom, there was just a screenshot, and people were confused. They were like, "Is that gameplay footage? Is that a screenshot of the game, or is that artwork?" And nobody could figure it out. Turns out it was actually a screenshot of the game, and then we got the trailer, and Venom is in the game, and damn, does he look badass.
Oh my god. As a massive fan of the symbiote series for Spider-Man, like, again, having, Venom in any form, whether it be, Harry Osborn, or if you're getting Eddie Brock, like, whatever form you're getting, Venom is going to be this, like, mutated, giant monster beast that it always brings Spider-Man some sort of issue, but given the direction they're going with it, it does seem like there's some originality behind it. I'm happy to see what they do with it as that story unfolds. I really need a PS5.
see, this is a hot take for me. One, I don't have a PS5, so I won't get to play it. And I didn't get to play the first Spider-Man. The last Spider-Man I played was on PS2. It was, those Spider-Man games. So, like, I'm not, familiar with the series. I'm kind of, this is a hot take, guys. I know. So I'm not familiar, but I understand how the gameplay physics and the way things work. It looks like they have like that Batman Arkham Asylum mechanic.
Yeah.
So like I can kind of see how the game is, and I think I would enjoy it, but I just don't think I'm gonna go out and buy a PS5 for Spider-Man.
No, it's not going to be a PS5 seller. Nobody's going to go buy a Spider-Man 2 just to have a PS5.
Unless you buy the PS5 Spider-Man
edition
exclusive.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I've
seen that thing. It looks
so good.
Sick.
I bet
I'm looking at it right now, and I'm like, do I really want to get one of these?
I bet you that's going to be like a holiday thing. They're going to push that hard for the holidays.
I can't say I blame them. That's a great looking system, and the dual, not dual shock, the dual sense controller. Oh my god, I'm gonna buy another one. I don't need another one, but I'm buying another one.
The resellers will buy that PS5 up like it's freaking hot cakes on a Sunday afternoon, buddy.
But Venom looks amazing in this game, and don't get me wrong, I just told you guys I haven't played a Spider-Man game since Spider-Man 2, but the visuals, the graphics, everything in this game is beautiful, and it looks like it's running at a flawless 60 frames per second. We'll see when the game actually comes out, if it actually does, but it looks beautiful. Like, it is, it's like poetry in motion when you just see him. It's something else to be,
You're going to get the same Spider-Man. Like, they've had all this practice from the first one in Miles Morales. You're just going to get a beefed up, better version of Spider-Man with Venom, and it's going to be, it's going to be pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I want to play it. Hopefully it comes PC.
It will.
It should.
I love how they did the how the symbiote changes Peter Parker. And he starts to become more aggressive.
Yeah.
Well, that's how he's always been when he gets a symbiote. He comes like that.
Well, they're portraying it in the game, is what I'm saying, and that's a cool little aspect of the game. It was like the other Peter Parkers are like, is he always like that? No.
I have a lot of love for that specific storyline for the symbiote suited Spider-Man, and when they bring out that like naturally aggressive side of Peter, I find it, and I'm probably gonna get eaten up for this. I don't like the Peter Parker character model that they redid for the Spider-Man series. Like, if you play Spider-Man, I know you haven't played it. They changed the facial character for the initial actor, and then they changed it to a different facial model. The first one actually made me feel a lot more like it was like a Peter Parker, like Sony style character. The new one feels like he's still kind of like a teenager. So to have him be this super aggressive, background, I don't feel like the facial model matches, but damn, does it ever sound good, and does it ever actually match the Peter Parker, aggressiveness from the comics or from even Spider-Man 2 or 3 if you watch the movie.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree.
It looks so good.
Just from what I've seen from the trailers, I'm not sure like the age range or whatever. It's kind of goofy, but like I do like the fact that they, the symbiote actually makes him more aggressive. I think that's good storytelling for the game. I think it adds something because you actually see the other Spider-Mans in the game, which is crazy that we have multiple Spider-Mans in the game.
Spider-Verse.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts now. But they're like, is he always like that? No. But yeah, we got if you guys haven't seen the Spider-Man 2 trailer, go check it out. It's on YouTube. You can find it anywhere. Just type in Spider-Man 2 trailer. And you'll get to see Venom. Venom looks a badass in this game. You're gonna love it. But let's get on to the next topic here. We got a Metroid Prime 2. Well, before we get into that, let's just talk about Nintendo. Nintendo is not done this year. They've already done more than enough for themselves, and they're not done. They got more stuff coming, and they are going to be pushing hard. Like, they've already had a strong 2023, and they're not done. So, like, going back to what I was saying, we got Metroid Prime 2 remaster coming. And there's also talks of a potential new Zelda before the end of the year that is not, Tears of the Kingdom related.
Yeah. I am very, very surprised by the latter of the announcement that, Zelda could have something more down the pipeline, given, like, that Tears of the Kingdom literally just came out. And, like, they haven't even pushed their DLC yet, and they've already got another Zelda title. Like, that's super surprising to me. So if that does come to fruition, like, I don't know. I've heard as well some speculation that it might be like an upscale or like a remaster of one of their older titles. So that could be cool if it was, whether it be like Twilight Princess or, I don't know, Majora's Mask or something. But either way, I know. I feel the same way.
We all
went in the past. Redid like Link's Awakening.
Oh, that'd be sick.
If they came out with that right there, I would stop playing whatever the hell I'm playing, and that would be it. And I would play that immediately, effective immediately.
That would be dope. That would be absolutely dope. Link's Awakening in the style of
Link's Past,
or
style of Link's
Link to the Past. Yeah, in that style. Oh my god.
That's what dreams are made of. That's what dreams are made of.
That would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. Have you guys seen the people who have remastered Ocarina of Time using the Unreal Engine?
I've played it.
It's so
Nintendo,
good.
Don't come after me. But yeah, I have played it. Yeah, and it's very enjoyable, honestly. As far as the visual experience goes, like, it is remarkable to see what such, a small group of people, I don't even know if it's a small group of people, it might be just a couple of individuals, but to have so much available from, I guess, the asset store and stuff, and be able to make Ocarina into something so gorgeous. It is beautiful. Really what people would want out of a direct remake. Like, if you were going one for one and you weren't adding new mechanics and stuff, you just wanted a copy paste, but with everything being super shiny. Yeah, that is amazing.
Just a fresh new coat of paint, and it looks beautiful.
It does.
But
I couldn't
But
stop.
it plays the way it used to.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it would be amazing. I would love that. Give us that, Nintendo.
Don't shut them down for once. Come on. Like, I know it's in your nature to not let anybody have any fun, but come on, for once. Just let it happen.
But we also we also have to imagine that we are going to be getting Tears of the Kingdom DLC before the end of the year.
It's a good chance. I don't know if it would be like a huge content update, maybe, but I would definitely expect there to be maybe something to kind of extend the later experience once you've got your main quest line done. Because I'm sure that there's still a larger story to tell if they're not going to wrap up this sequel in the sense that they're going to end up making a new title and having it based off a brand new experience. If they're not going to go for trequel here, then they've definitely got something down the pipeline to kind of make a nice final hurrah to the experience that we've had for the last two titles.
I could definitely see a master mode coming, like we got in Breath of the Wild. That's definitely coming. There's no doubt about that. And as far as like additional story content, if they are going to continue the game in any sense, like you said, maybe they end it on a cliffhanger to.
I don't think they choose.
I think that's it. It's the last hurrah to the Switch.
Maybe. I think for the Switch, yes, you are correct. But I think for the Zelda series and that style of gameplay, I don't think it is. I think there will be.
Oh no, not the style. I'm talking about the storyline arc to that. It'll be another Zelda 1,000 years in a new timeline, is what they'll come with. Same kind of gameplay, just a different.
They've had so much success with the way that they've ended up doing the world building, the durability system, all the crafting and creation. I can't see them being like, all right, let's start over again, guys, because I mean this is now how I feel like their bread and butter is going to end up being rolled out to us over the at least next couple of titles until it finally becomes stale and they're like, all right, we need to do something new. But if it doesn't hurt them, then why do it again?
Yeah, now Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom is like the Mario Odyssey and the Mario 64. Like that's their bread and butter series where you only get it like every 6 or 7 years. And then they'll just do remakes and remasters of other games that they've put out over the years in between then to hold you over, which is what Nintendo, I think, is going to be doing before the end of the year this year. Rumored speculation. We're not 100% confirmed on this, but we are going to be getting another Zelda title before Christmas this year. That is going to be on the Switch, and we don't know what it is. I'm praying. I'm hoping for some freaky deaky fucking Wind Waker. It's what I want.
Falling back on that initial part of the announcement too, we didn't really dive into it, but like the Metroid Prime 2 announcement, like that's pretty big news as well. I know as we were kind of speaking about it, it most likely isn't going to be in the same style as Metroid Prime 1's remake, where it was like a whole revamping of it, but
they even announced that that wouldn't be.
As a fan of the series, especially like in that sequel, even if it isn't, again, give it a new fresh coat of paint, like we were just saying for one of like these Zelda titles, and it's gonna shine. Like it's a really great game.
Oh yeah, people are gonna like cakes. They'll be gone off the shelves.
The Super Metroid or Metroid Prime 2 will sound even if they just give it a nice fresh coat of paint and put it in 1080p, it's gonna sell. People are gonna love it. But there's also a rumor that Super Metroid is getting remastered.
Can you imagine they putting that into like what kind of game? Like the Prime, make it look like Metroid Prime, same art style, but oh my god!
Take you know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see them take Metroid, Super Metroid, and make it look like Metroid Dread.
Yeah,
I mean, what I say Prime for? I mean Dread. God Almighty, that's what I meant. Yeah, Dread. I was sitting there like Prime. I'm like, what? That's a 3.
I didn't want to call you out on it, but I had.
I know. I mean, that's what I want to see it look like.
Yeah, if they made Super Metroid look like Dread, just with those graphics, but it's still Super Metroid. Oh my god, I'd buy that up in a heartbeat.
I'll be instant day one purchase. I mean,
because Super Metroid is still one of my favorite Metroid games.
It's great. If I'm being honest, what I would like for Metroid as a series is a little bit indifferent to both of you. I know you would love, the Metroid Prime, and you would love, the Super Metroid. I want something fresh and new. I want them to take a book that everyone is stealing from them. obviously everybody loves the, Metroidvania style games, and Metroid has built up this, demographic of having these people that follow back on them because they've got the storyline and they've got the upgrades and the map and everything else. I would like them to take a book or a page out of Dead Cells or out of Hades and make it a run based type of thing where you unlock it over courses of time and you can choose it, and then like if you die you go back from the start and do it all over again. You can still have a huge storyline like Metroid.
That would be cool.
Be cool.
That would be cool. It would be a different kind of Metroid game. You'd have to come up with something unique for that.
Yeah.
And you would still want, the Metroidvania like mechanics to it, where you have to go to certain places to get your abilities. Now the case would be if you die, you start over, and if you didn't get to that place before you died, you don't get that
upgrade. Exactly.
Yeah. And then once you get that upgrade, you keep it.
Yep.
So it's kind of like Hades. I get it. That could be fun. That would be awesome. I would love to see something like that.
Just something different, right?
I'll try it.
Everyone wants to steal from them. I mean, it's their turn now. Just steal something back.
I mean, Metroid was like the first. Like, we have this category known as Metroidvania. Metroid was number one.
Yeah, it was number one.
It was the first one. It was the first one to ever do it.
Hard as balls.
Yeah, and Castlevania. I wouldn't say Castlevania actually copied them.
No,
but they took a page out of that book, if you will. Yeah. But I like Mate said, I'd love to see a game like that where it's
something different,
right? Kind of a roguelike Metroidvania.
Yeah, roguelike Metroid.
That would be interesting. That'd be fun. I would enjoy it, especially if it had like the same mechanics as like a normal Metroid 2D game. I would play the shit out of that, 100%.
It'd be fun. You get your, you start off with just your hand cannon and you're running down, and then somewhere like within the level you get like a couple, I don't know what we would call it in Metroid at this point, but get some sort of point system built up. You go in, finish that level, and then you can dump a bunch of points into making your either cannon faster or stronger, or maybe you get more bombs
some kind of
in your roll form.
System.
Yeah, exactly. Just so much you could do with it. Metroid's got so many different flavors of activity.
And people are so hooked on Metroid. Like, there's so many Metroid fanboys, me being one of them. It doesn't matter what they put out Metroid, I'll probably play it.
Mm-hmm.
They could put out a mobile game where I'd probably spend all my money on it.
I'm not playing that. And I'll play any Metroid game day it comes out, but I'm not playing the crap. I bought the Mario Run on the phone.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, just do not do it. Don't do it.
All right, guys. We're gonna get into everybody's favorite part of the podcast. It's time to play it or throw it away. Whoop, whoop. And today we are doing the PS1 edition, the original PlayStation. We've got all the games here on a spinner wheel. I'm going to go ahead and spin it now. We're going to see what the first game is, and it is going to be Crash Team Racing. So go ahead, start us off, mate. What do you think? Play or throw away?
I am 100% going to play it. And I am going to upset so many people. Not only am I going to play it, I am going to rank it above any other team-style racing game, including Mario Kart.
Ooh, hot take.
Very hot take. And I understand why I could get a lot of backlash for this, but as far as the drift and the actual road mechanics work, up until the point of Deluxe or Mario Kart 8, they ended up perfecting it by having all the versatility and having different kart types. But
yeah,
Crash Team Racing really just put so much emphasis on being just be fast and be good at the game. And I ended up learning the kart turns and the drift mechanics so well that there was very little that anyone could do to be I'm gonna beat this guy. There's no blue shell that's gonna come in and swoop it. Either you get good or you don't. And I love that aspect of that game. I love Crash Team
Live or die, motherfucker.
No, yeah, that's basically it.
For me, I play it. I played Crash Team Racing back in the day. I didn't perfect it like Mate did, but I did enjoy the hell out of it. It's a lot of fun. I've always loved like the Crash Bandicoot series, and I loved the Mario Kart series. So when Crash Bandicoot came out with the Crash Team Racing, I was naturally drawn to it because it was also a kart racer game. So I love it. I definitely play this game. How about you, Toon?
Oh, I mean, I'm going to 100% play it. I mean, I agree with whatever all Rex said up there. It is a game of skill and get good of kart racing. That is what it is. And that's what I like about it. There is no lucky you be in first place and the 14th place guy become in first place in half a lap. And that's what I like about it. It's all about skill and getting good.
Yeah, and it's got a ton of your favorite characters in it.
Yeah, it's got all your main characters.
From the whole series. Like, it's a good game. But next game, guys, we're going to do like 4 or 5 of these, maybe 6. All right, next game. Battle Arena Toshiden. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't even know what this is. But take it away, Tunes, because you picked this one.
All right, so my wife, Messy Hair, she is a PlayStation 1, loves that console. So I let her pick the 3 games this week. And Battle Arena Toshiden, I would play. It is, for its time, it was a better version of Virtual Fighter. And people are going to smack me in my face. Tekken. I liked it better. I liked it better. I thought the characters were better, and the fighting was better. And it had the 3D modeling thing, so you can turn yourself, which I like. I like a lot of people do not like Nick up here.
What?
You already said you don't like the 3D where you can turn and stuff and move around.
Oh, you like the sidestep shit.
Yeah, the sidestep and stuff.
Yeah,
it did it good though. See, the thing is, it was.
That's why I'm not a Tekken player. That's why I'm not a Tekken player.
Yeah, I think it did it the best. Like the sidesteps were like perfect, but for what it's time. Nowadays, I've got a copy of it. It's an absolute trash can. Don't play it nowadays. But back in the day, yes.
I'm going to throw it away just because I don't know what it is. And he already just told me it has the sidestep mechanic in it. So we're throwing that one away. I don't even know what the game is. I've never played it. I don't even think I've ever seen it. So off to you, mate.
So I also have to agree. I have never heard of this game. However, because I had a little bit of time to research it, I am still going to throw it away.
There it is. There it is, guys. There it is.
Nice. Look at that. Sega Saturn. I would probably throw it away because I still feel like there are better fighters that came out for that generational time frame. Again, like I could play this or I could play Killer Instinct on the Super Nintendo, and I'm going to play Super Nintendo's Killer Instinct.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I will give you some props on this. I didn't realize that this game is based around an anime. So I went back and I checked that out, and you know what? That's pretty cool. I actually thought, as far as it being an anime, that might be worth dipping into. But I'm still not going to play this game.
Yeah, I don't blame you. One thing I am going to blame is I'm going to blame Messy Hair for this week's bad episode of, play it or throw it away, because the next game is Jumping Flash.
Oh,
Dude, take it away.
I'm going to go ahead and be honest with you. I'm throwing it away. Messy Hair's going to kill me. But
why is it picking all her games? It's picking all her games.
We're going to throw that one straight in the old garbage can because that game does absolutely nothing right.
Jumping
platforming
Flash.
is terrible. Shooting mechanics terrible.
Can
Graphics are terrible.
Can you describe the game and like what you do in it to it for us?
Okay, so in this game, you're basically a bunny rabbit that has this gun that you can't see. And what you're doing is trying to collect these carrots that are called Jeffros. And all you're doing is trying to platform by blasting in the air. I can't even really explain this abomination, okay?
I'm looking at a video of it right now, and oh my god, does it ever look terrible?
It's one of those games where people loved it. They put it on the PlayStation 1 Classic because people actually love it, like my wife. Some people love it. It's their kind of game. Is it mine? Absolutely not. I despise it. Take it away.
All right, I'm throwing it away. I watched you play it on stream, and you described the game exactly how I saw it, and I'm not playing that game. I'm just not, Maybe if I was 8 years old, I might have, but not now. There's no way I play that game. What do you think?
Well, I'm looking at a video of it currently, and the only thing that comes to my mind is like in Tears of the Kingdom when you get up to that point where you get like into the low gravity sections and you jump and you're like,
yeah.
That's all I can see in this game, and then there's no gun in front of you, so you don't know where you're really shooting. The ridicule is yellow, so if any like explosion happens on screen, you don't know what you're shooting at. I'm like, this game is terrible.
But it has a fan base, so for
I mean,
everybody
lots
that
of
loves
terrible
it,
things have a fan base.
congratulations. I'm glad you love it. Not for us.
We don't. We're all throwing it away.
Getting thrown pretty hard, guys. Right next to the landfill with ET.
All right, let's spin again. Let's see what we get here. Let's see what the next gem is gonna be. It better not be the third messy hair game. I swear to God. All right, next one is a good one. I think I don't know what you guys' opinions are gonna be on this one, but we got Tomb Raider, the original Tomb Raider, not the series in general, the original Tomb Raider, the first one, where you could lock the dude in the freezer.
100% gonna play it.
Yep.
2 words. Polygon titties.
Yes. Yes, you couldn't say it better.
It was like a revolution for the PlayStation. It was a female character, had the feminine embodiment. She was a strong, I can do it myself independent lady. I'm going to go and shoot my guns and get my treasure myself. You know what? Not only all the power to the women in the world that, love the revamped and new series, but man, that game had some just absolutely crazy things that were never in a platformer up to that point.
You could ride the quad through that in the back. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. There was so much stuff you could do. I mean, it's hard to go back and play it now. And I'm also playing it. I'm not throwing it away. I'm playing it, guys, just so you know. It's hard to go back and play it now just based on, technology and what we're used to now as opposed to what it was back then. But it's still a playable game, and it's still very fun.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely going to play it on the fact that it was one of my childhood favorite games. I played the absolute mess out of this game. Between shooting the bears and the wolves and survival skills, and the swimming was actually pretty decent in it.
Yeah.
Like, it was actually a water section that I didn't mind in a game. Yeah. But
usually they're terrible too.
But as far as going back and playing, I think it's perfectly playable nowadays. All you have to do is get used to using the control pad, and once you get done used to using it again, totally playable. It's a fun game. Go play it.
It's rough around the edges, but I
mean, it looks like crap. But,
I think we all three agree to play that one. No, none of us are throwing away Tomb Raider, that's for sure. But our next game is the classic Crash Bandicoot. And I'm going to just go ahead and start off. I play this all day. I played through this game probably 50 times back in the day. I beat it so many times. I was one of those people that I would play through it and try to get everything. I was like a completionist. I love Crash Bandicoot. I play it 100%, no doubt, no hands down. Like this is 2 thumbs up, and if I had more thumbs, I'd put them up too. So, what do you guys think? Crash Bandicoot's just a good game. It's always been a good game. It doesn't matter what Crash Bandicoot game would have been on the list. I'd have played any of them. So,
go ahead, Rect.
I'm gonna throw it away.
Oh no, Rect.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw it away. But not that I don't like Crash Bandicoot titles. I still like them, but when I go back and I revisit that one, much like you just said a moment ago, playing a game on the directional pad, especially in a platformer that requires concise movements on, like boulders coming behind you and you're jumping in front of you and you're like ta 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 ta. I don't know if I would go back and do it that way. Now, with the fact that they've also got these remastered editions that added the analog stick on, Steam and the other consoles available, that experience makes it so much more enjoyable. I would go back and play that version of it. But the PS1
fair
one,
enough. That's fair. That's fair.
I'm going to leave it where it lies.
The D-pad definitely did make it rough back in the day, and I think that's where a little bit of the majority of the difficulty came from.
Yeah.
We're going to play it. I mean, I played it not too long ago. I have the Insane Trilogy, and I have it for the PS1. And I tried both, and both of them are perfect games. I mean, they're challenging. Don't go into Crash Bandicoot and its nice little colorful, beautiful land and think it's going to be easy, because it's not. It's a very challenging game, especially when using the D-pad. But, you know, PlayStation came out with analog a few years down the road that fixed that right there. So if you want to play it on PS1, get the analog controller for the PS1 and try it.
All right, our next game is Silent Hill. Who wants to start off Silent Hill? Because I know what my opinion is.
I'm going to throw one away.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm going to throw one away. Two did everything one did far superior.
I mean, you're right. You're not wrong. But one was still a good game. Come on.
It's an all right game. I've went back and played it.
It doesn't age well. It did not age well.
It isn't age well for me. All right. But it's a decent game. But if you want to play a Silent Hill, play 2.
I'm gonna throw it away just for the sake of being a hypocrite and busting Toon's balls just now. But I'm throwing it away because, like I said, it did not age well. It doesn't play well now. It doesn't really tell you what's going on. You have no idea what to do. And if you're not really like familiar with the series, or you're not a pro gamer like me, you're not going to know what to do. You're going to get lost within the first 15 minutes of gameplay and just be wandering around the city with nothing to do. You're not going to know what's going on. You're going to get frustrated very quickly. But I throw it away. And I know they've been talking about a remaster or a remake coming out.
They are doing a remake of it, yeah.
Yeah, so like, if you want to play Silent Hill, I'd wait for that. I wouldn't go back and play it on the PS1 unless you really want to be frustrated. But it is a good game. If you can get past the frustration and figure out what to do and progress through the game, it is a good game. But for the sake of it being what it is, I'm throwing it away, and I'm waiting for the remake.
That's fair. I would still play it, but the key reasons are going to be more based in nostalgia than it is going to be about the fact that it is A, hard to look at, and B, the gameplay mechanics themselves are very hard to kind of work around at times. So the fact that, like, when I was very, very young at this point, playing my first scary game, this one entices me, like the children with the little, like, knives that are, like, running down the hallway and they're, like, chasing you. Man, when you're like 6 or 7, that's enough to give you some hard nightmares, and your parents are like, "Are you gonna stop playing that?" But my parents, no, they were like, "Oh, how's your video game, son? Are you winning?" And I'm just there like shit baked, like, "Yeah, sure, we're winning." A mini like child with a knife stabbing me, and I'm just trying to walk around with my flashlight, trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be because there's no idea of what you're doing. It's just constant snow falling from the sky. So
yeah, that game definitely does not hold your hand at all.
No.
No, there's no holding hand whatsoever in that.
Should we do one more, guys, or should we just move on here?
I have at it. Do one more. Let's go.
You want one more?
Encore, do it.
All right, let's spin the wheel here. Let's see what we get. And our final game will be Parappa the Rapper. Yeah, it looks like Mate's excited, so I'll let him start off.
I picked this game. Guys, before there was Rock Band, before there was Guitar Hero, there was Parappa the Rapper. And the thing that Rock Band and Guitar Hero did right was they had tunes that everyone liked. The thing that Parappa did right was it was a custom story with funny, like, backlog, these characters that you get used to, but it's still the rhythm mashing, rapping game that definitely led in tribute to the Guitar Hero and, Rock Band successors later on.
the rhythm dynamic of the game.
There's so much great about that game, and if you didn't play it or if you don't know what it is, you should go back and at least, if you don't want to play it, go on YouTube, listen to the music that came out of it, and just enjoy it for what it is. Because honestly, there were just amazing little sections. When you're going through the tutorial and they're like, kick, punch, kick.
I'm going to agree with Mate on this. I also play this game. The music was good. It's very, catchy. They really fucking draw you in. And it was, like he said, the first rhythm game where you actually had, it was one of the first rhythm games. I had a lot of fun with it back in the day. I didn't know what I was doing, but I figured it out really quick. And it's just a catchy, like the songs are good. Like everything about it is fun. Like, it's the first rhythm game. So like if you're like into Guitar Hero and stuff like that, go back and try Parappa the Rapper. You might like it. That's really all I got to say about it. I mean, it was fun. And there was Parappa the Rapper too. Like they had the second game and it was just as good. So like, but we're only talking about the first one. But yeah, I would play this one. I'd totally boot up my PlayStation and put it in.
I'm sorry, Wrecked. She's going in the garbage.
Oh no!
And look, it's not because I think it's a bad game or anything. I've never really. I've rented it one time back in the day. My dad did for me, and me and my brothers. It wasn't our style. We took that and went just threw it over there. We can go ahead and take that back. So I never really put any time into the game. So I'm gonna throw it away just because I have no idea, basically, because I've never really played it.
All right. That's going to be it for the play it or throw it away section. Just want to remind everybody, if you're still watching, go like and subscribe. Click that little noti bell. Go follow us on Spotify. Just do it. And we're going to get into your game deals of the week before we close out this bitch. Game deals of the week. Who wants to go first?
I'll go. My deal of the week is on the Xbox. It is half off at a staggering $24.99, and it is going to be Destiny 2 Lightfall. So, guys, if you're into Diablo right now, you've just got into it, and you like Diablo, and you want something different than wizardry and spells, go play Destiny. It is a first-person shooter version of Diablo. So you're gonna level your character up. You're gonna do raids. You're gonna do strikes. You're gonna work in a team of 6 on raids, and you're gonna work a team of 3 on strikes. And then there's like one playlist with 4 people. So it's definitely a team-based game, and it's all about leveling your skills up. You got supers, you got healing, you've got defense. There's a lot to the game, and once you dive into it, it will draw you in and suck your life from you. Like Rex said, thousands of hours into Diablo. I've pumped thousands of hours of Destiny, and I want to get back into it now. And for $25, I think I am.
Fair enough. Destiny. I played a little bit of Destiny 2 myself, and I enjoyed what I did with it. But I've never been a shooter guy, so it's not really my kind of game. But this week, my deal is on Steam. You can pick up Red Dead Redemption 2 at 67% off for $19.79.
Take my money.
The Ultimate Edition is also on sale. You can get that for 70% off, and it's only $29.99. In this game, you're going to throw yourself back into the wild, wild west as the main protagonist, Arthur Morgan. You and your gang will be on the run from the federal... Rewind. You and your gang will be on the run from federal agents and bounty hunters coming after you. You have to upgrade your camp, and you have to make your own choices to advance the story. For example, the game gives you a choice to shoot a man dead or let him go very early on in the game. And the game is filled with choices like this. You'll be constantly making them, and it affects the story and how you progress through it. If you're a fan of the Grand Theft Auto series and you want to ride a horse and shoot a rifle instead of RPGs and driving a Toyota, this might be a game for you. I definitely enjoyed this game. I never finished it. I will admit that I'm guilty of not finishing it. But it's definitely a steal right now on Steam. So go pick it up.
Name
You
your
could
horse
name your
Toyota.
horse.
That's
You-
I
true.
know. I'll name my
You-
horse Toyota.
You could name your horse.
But no, that's a good
Toyota.
game. That is a supreme deal on that game.
One of the best visual games you can play.
Yeah.
Even like again, the fact that it's released like how many years ago? Like 4 years ago? 5
Yeah.
years ago?
Wow.
Again, it holds
Their games age well.
so
Their games
well.
age well. They just don't go away. I mean, even GTA 4 is still fucking GTA 5. I'm sorry.
Both.
It's still going. Like
It's the fun
still,
factor of them, man. The fun factor of Rockstar games is just unmatched.
GTA 5 came out like when the PlayStation 4 released, and it is still going strong.
Great games. My deal of the week goes out to Borderlands 3 Ultimate Edition. It is on Steam for $39.06. $39.06. And folks, that's over $300 in savings. If you're trying to get a game with all the DLCs attached, all of the additional cosmetic content, this is your deal. It is time to strike. This amazing deal consists of the game itself, the amazing looter shooter with a very unique cel-shaded art style that makes you feel like you're somewhere between a comic book and a Doom-esque apocalyptic world. The game itself consists of 4 main character classes. You got the Siren, the Beastmaster, the Gunner, and the Operative, and they all have individual perks, abilities, and class-specific gun advantages. This roller coaster of a campaign is going to bring you through multiple planets from the classic Pandora, from the first 2 titles, to Promethea and Eden, so you will have a couple of different experiences that you didn't get in these other titles. So you get to enjoy a very deep customization route from your gun choices, your grenades, vehicles, and of course you can choose, different outfits for yourself. Become one with the Vault Hunter. Dive deep into 4 additional DLCs with this ultimate deal. And like I said, you got to check this one out, guys. This is an amazing deal. $300 in savings. It's not a couple of dollars. It's a lot of dollars.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of bang for your buck. And the Borderlands games are all amazing. They're great games. If you've never played the Borderlands games and you're like looter shooters, it's for you. Amazing. Definitely. But I think that's all we got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Don't forget to go like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that noti bell. Also, subscribe to us on Spotify, or not subscribe. Follow us on Spotify.
Follow.
Give us a full listen. On Spotify, it would be make my day. But
do it for wrecked.
That's gonna be it for today, guys. We will catch you all later. We'll see you next week, Monday mornings at 8 a.m. Maybe a little earlier sometimes. You never know. But, like, subscribe, hit that noti bell, follow us on Spotify. Don't miss a podcast. You don't want to miss it. We're out. Peace.